Anyway, aside from that, I do want to make a motion about this. So I've got this typed up because it's sort of really important, I think.
Is that a call for an audit?
I motion
We haven't met with the CPA
that
yet.
the board,
Carter, leave her alone.
I motion that the board establish a fund of $50,000 to allow our CPA firm to perform a special audit as needed for tax years 2017 to 2013, with the understanding that they shall report their findings to the Treasurer and President at least on a monthly basis. The CPA firm's duties are to include recommendations for bringing our records and our accounting systems up to professional standards and providing internal controls to ensure that these standards are maintained in the future.
All right, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion, please. Carter.
We absolutely agreed to meet with the CPA firm, our new CPA firm, which is, by the way, hired to do the 2017 audit, before we went on this trail to get advice on what it is we should do. And now you're making Dr. Colosi's motion again for $50,000 to, and I just, we agreed in the motion, which you say you don't have. Well, it says we meet with the bookkeeper and the CPA, and we have not met with the CPA before making this decision to do this. Don't you think we should use the advice of our accounting firm? What is the deal with this?
Vicki has the floor.
So when I tabled the motions because it went through a couple of iterations. It was amended twice, once by Brent and then once by me. I tabled this type of motion until we had a chance, that was true, to talk to the bookkeeper and the CPA. The CPA has not reviewed our books at all, so they don't have a great understanding of what's going on. So at that meeting, I said to you at the beginning that the fact that they were not going to be represented there was not a big deal, because the person who's working with the books at this moment has been contacting them.
You four are going to shove this $50,000. Watch, just watch. Watch.
Carter, you're going to have to stay in order. You're entitled to your opinion,
Thank you.
but you got to stay in order.
We were discussing it, I think.
Only one person gets the floor at a time.
If you
Carter?
make this motion before we meet with our accounting firm.
And seconded.
No, I mean passing it. Thanks for your help, sir. Thank you.
All right, Marta, you have the floor.
Thank you. Watch this.
You're not even following.
Actually, can you hear me? Oh, here we go. Actually, we have met with our CPA. They have reviewed the records of our old CPA. They do have a firm grasp of what's going on. They've been in communication with LaWanda, and they are urging us in the strongest terms possible to do an audit. And the nice thing about it is their attitude is it doesn't make sense to spend $20,000 dogging down a $500 problem. So the point is they are going to look where it's needed, and they will start with what Wanda has discovered and follow that trail wherever it needs to go to fix our books. Thank you.
Nick.
Additionally, talking to the CPA firm, originally that we were talking that we couldn't do an audit until late August because of personnel. Well, our local CPA firm apparently has closed rather abruptly. The owners just retired and didn't tell the staff. And our CPA firm has absorbed one or two of their CPAs and a number of their accountants, bookkeepers, and other people. We are at the point now that they are prepared to do our financial audit, special audit, and they can begin that in a week and a half to 2 weeks.
Marvin?
Everyone gets one turn.
Brent, go ahead.
So, Marta, you said that we had met with the CPA. Can you just show of hands, who's met with the CPA on the board?
Nick, Marvin, and I.
Okay. And you said that they
And
written,
she's making the motion?
and they have written recommendations to the board. I haven't received any of those copies of those, so show of hands, can we see who has received written recommendations?
He should be directing, the conversation should be directed to Marvin.
Okay, Marvin.
Come on.
Because well,
Marvin, guys, let's do one at a time.
So Marvin made the comment that they have written recommendations to the board. So by a show of hands, can we see who has seen those written recommendations? This is the first I've heard of it.
Let's see them.
They are the conclusion based on our meeting and the two CPAs that were in the room. Period.
And Martin,
Good. Go for it. Pack up your stuff, let's go. Well, so do I gotta go or what? You gotta go. I mean, how many times? Really?
Really? I asked you not to do this multiple times, Carter.
Well, that's so.
Thank you, Carter, for looking out for us. Thank you, Carter. Thank you.
so Martin,
Motion on the
Marvin,
floor,
I still
we're
have-
having discussion. You
I
address
still
your
have the floor.
comments, not to her, but to me. Go ahead.
I did. So I was asking you questions. Is there any intent to provide recommendations to the board? Because there's three of us that haven't even seen any. Not one.
I haven't seen them either, so. I need to give my proxy to.
Okay, I know that.
He's out of water.
Okay.
Put his hand in order. Thank you.
Brent, guys, I want to address Brent's question because it's a good one. Of course, this is like you've got a car that's broken down. Until you get the mechanic deeply in there and pop the hood, they can't tell you the full extent of the problem. But they have done enough to realize, based on multiple layers of information, that we need an audit. So we are trying to come up with something reasonable as a starting point. As they get in there, they will do the investigation, they will recommend changes for us, and they will put it in writing, Brent, and you will get it. You'll be a part of it. And then they will recommend internal controls, so this never happens again.
Thank you, Marvin.
One more comment, then we'll call the question.
So we have a policy that anything that we're going to spend money on, we've had this a long-standing policy that if we're going to take a vote, that we're going to have the ability to review information. Without the review of the information, I see no way that three of the board members that can vote on this, which is me, Carter,
You and
and
I and
Daryl,
Carter went to the meeting.
with the CPA.
I'll comment on that.
The written recommendations to the board with the CPA. So we'll have to abstain.
Thank you. Daryl?
Yeah, we, Vicki, Marvin, and myself,
Hey, Carter.
I met with Luana and Carter, yeah. I mean, I'm all for an audit, but I don't think we're at the point to do it Mawanda did not seem like she was even ready, in my opinion. She had stacks of thousands of papers.
I sorted them today.
Okay, that was,
Wait, why did she not?
yeah, that's
You
kind
just
of
did.
out of order.
You just did.
So I'm all for an audit, just for the record here, everybody, but not at this point. And it was promised that the CPA would review it.
No way we can
It's
vote
not
on it.
happening, you know, it's not going out.
Violates policy.
It's supposed to be. Yeah.
We don't even know. There's a policy for that. There absolutely is a policy that we would have the information to review before we vote on something to spend $50,000.
Out of order. Call the question.
I'm going to read it again. I motion that the board establish a fund of $50,000 to allow our CPA firm to perform a special audit as needed for tax years 2017 to 2013, with the understanding that they shall report their findings to the treasurer and president at least on a monthly basis. The CPA firm's duties are to include recommendations for bringing our records and our accounting system up to professional standards and providing internal controls to ensure that these standards are maintained in the future. And we had a second on that.
We've already had a second. All those in favor, raise your hand.
Did you say you abstained?
All those opposed, raise your hand. Thank you, Fred. I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand.
He said no. He said no. Did you say no or yes? That's yeah. Can I say one thing?
The motion carries 4 yes, 1 no, and 1 abstention apparently.
Starry, starry night.